Yazzo, what it do? Comment, like, subscribe, like, comment. I'm going to get into the Joe Rogan situation. I just want to touch on this Joe Biden Supreme Court nominee mess. Unbelievable mess. I don't understand what's going on. But yeah, Joe Biden, I guess one of the Supreme Court justices passed away recently, so they're gonna have to put another one in. And Joe Biden went on record, went out there in public, and publicly said he vows to make the next Supreme Court justice a black woman. How? How do you say something like that? How do you publicly say? That's how you know the man. I think is C now. He's not there anymore. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Because how do you say something like that? Seriously, could you imagine if Donald Trump or George Bush or somebody like that would have said, "I vow to make the next Supreme Court justice a white woman"? Right? You could use your imagination. You could imagine what the media would have did with that, right? Oh, you racist, homophobic, xenophobic, claustrophobic, white supremacist. You're just the evil Hitler all over the. Oh my God. They would have crucified him. They would have crucified him. They would have, because that sounds, that's racist, right? Or that's discrimination. You can't do that. You can't hire somebody solely based on their race or gender. That's clearly discrimination. So what? You vow to make a black woman the next one? What? So no Latinos need to apply? No Asians need to apply? White people don't need. No one needs to apply. Just focus on. That's discrimination, and that's the same thing they've been claiming. The other side has been doing for hundreds of years that led to systemic race. So if you were mad about them for doing it, how do you turn around and do the same exact thing, but you make it public? You letting the world know, like, that's even the. If you were going to do it, why not just do it? Why do you have to announce that you're going to give another handout? Another handout. Like, this is what's kind of killing the country right now, was this optics play. Everything has to look equal. Everything has to look like it's going in the right direction. Nothing actually changes or gets fixed, but it looks nice. And that's the typical Democratic strategy. Just give you shiny objects to look at to make you keep voting for them. Now, as a black person, I think it's kind of insulting and offensive. Like, why would you think that? So you just gonna give it to somebody because of that? Because of that? Imagine if you want a job, right, and a position becomes open for a supervisor position, and you apply like everybody else does, and then one of the big wigs come up and tells you, "Hey, Ralph, listen, that promotion for supervisor, we giving it to you, because you're black and all. We need a black guy up there, so we're gonna give it to you because you're black, and we just need one up there." You'd be like, "What? Because I'm black? What does that mean?" You feel what I'm saying? Like, you would not be happy if somebody just came up to you and just gave you something because you were black. You'd be offended by it. Don't give it to me because of that. Give it to me because I'm the best person for it. Don't give it to me because it looks good and it makes you feel good and makes people think that you're doing the right thing or that you really care. This is like the most insensitive thing you could do, and it is insulting. People don't want stuff like this. People want to earn their positions in life. They don't want to just be given stuff because you think you feel sorry for them or you think it's going to help them out or help the cause out. No. And it makes you look ridiculous. And the polls are showing that. I think the last one I saw, 75% of the people polled, Democrats too, don't like this approach that he's going with. They think it should be a wide net strategy where you everybody's included. You find the best candidate, most qualified, not just give it to people because of that, because you know what's going to happen next. If you do that for the black people, you got to do it for the Latinos, and you got to do it for the homosexuals, and then you got to do it for the transgenders. So you always got to play favorites to these groups in order to look like things are going the right direction. Because I think ultimately they want no white men on the Supreme Court, of course. You know how they feel about white men. A black one, a Latino one, an Asian one, a homosexual one, a transgender one, a non-binary one. This is what they want because it looks good. It makes you feel good. But it's backfiring in his face. I don't even know who's his handlers. How do you let him just say stuff like that off the fly? Didn't you think this is going to cause controversy? That sounds to me, it just sounded racist and discriminatory, and it is. But that's your president. That's who you guys voted for. And we still got 3 more years of this, B. or 2 more years, 2.5. Sheesh, 2 more years of this guy. Well, we'll see how it plays out, but yeah, we got to stop with this optic play. Stop making everything look great. There's other important issues to worry about that we need to get to, and they're just focusing on making everything look shiny and clean and nice, and it's not working. It's backfiring. People can see right through it. But anyway, Joe Rogan, man on fire right now. He is yeah, they trying to get rid of him. They hate him. They can't stand him. They trying to make it about COVID misinformation and all that. Nah, it's not. It's not really about that. I think it's more about people are just starting to watch him more. People are starting to watch little Joe Rogan more and more and more. He has the #1 podcast in the world. I didn't know that. I was shocked to find out. Not the country, the world. There's nobody on the planet that has a bigger podcast than Joe Rogan. That's why Spotify gave that $100 million contract. You think Dave Chappelle came up? Joe Rogan, he came up, and he worked his way up from the bottom. I remember him from this old show I used to watch, Talk Radio, something like that, with Phil Hartman in it. And he was on there, and then he worked his way up to Fear Factor, and then the UFC, and then the podcast game. That's a come up story right there. But yeah, the mainstream media, they don't like you going to him for your information. They only want you going to them for the lies and the trickery. They don't want you going to Joe Rogan, and that's what they're doing. See, the mainstream media, their ratings are down tremendously. Last month, CNN, for example, 90% ratings down, 90%. And they try to say it's because of the scandals with the Cuomo's brothers and Don Lemon with the Jesse Smollett. No, nothing to do with it. I think people at this point are just fed up with mainstream media. They've become the most untrustworthy source of information today. Like, I have absolutely no faith and no trust in the mainstream media at all to give me any real information. You can tell they're following an agenda. You can tell who they work for, who they bosses are. You can tell, and that's not what the news used to be. The news used to be unbiased reporting and information. I'm not supposed to know your political affiliation. I'm not supposed to know what candidate you support. I'm not supposed to see you crying on live TV when somebody wins an election. I'm not supposed to see that, because now you're compromised. I can't trust that you're going to give me a unbiased opinion about news or unbiased reporting of the news if I know you just cried over this guy. You just cried over him. So you're going to be on his side regardless of the fact. So I can't trust you anymore to give me unbiased information. And that's what the media's become. It's so clear. Like, they might as well just wear Republican and Democrat tattoos on their foreheads, because that's what they are. You can just tell. It's so obvious. They don't try to hide it anymore. And people are just sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. And sick and tired of the news that they're reporting about, the news they're not reporting about. So Joe Rogan has created a platform where he's doing what they should be doing. And that makes them mad, because, like I said, they only want you going to them for your information. They don't want you going to people like Joe Rogan. Look at Joe Rogan. He's not even one of them. He didn't go to Yale and Stanford and all these high-class schools. He didn't go to journalism school or win a Pulitzer Prize. He doesn't wear fancy suits and wear glasses and use big words to confuse you. He's a bald guy. He doesn't shave. He wears T-shirts. Probably got a beer belly. And he does UFC fights on the weekend. Like, that's a dude. That's a man. That's a man. That's somebody you can see at the bar. That's somebody that's your neighbor. That's somebody you can actually see in real life. You can relate to them more. You can't relate to them. So it's easy to go to Joe Rogan and watch his podcast and learn some things. And on top of that, he talks about broad topics. He has a bunch of different kind of guests on there. And he speaks about real issues, real things going on that the rest of these podcasts, no knock on them, but most of them talk about nothing. Nothing that really matters. Sports, entertainment, rap, gossip, you know what I'm saying? Or just some political left-wing stuff. So when you see somebody who actually talks about things that you care about, of course you're going to gravitate. Not everybody agrees with mainstream media. Let's put that out there. Not everybody thinks that what they're doing is the right thing or agree. And we know there's other opinions out there. They won't let you hear them. They won't let you see them. They won't even talk about them. If you try to, they'll get rid of you. So when you do find somebody who does speak about things that could be seen controversial, yeah, people are going to gravitate towards that because you want to hear stuff like that. You don't want to hear, go on this channel, they saying the same thing as that channel, and that channel saying the same thing as that channel. They all work together. They all say the same thing, report the same issues, and it's getting tiresome. And like Joe Rogan is a breath of fresh air. Now, another thing they're mad about is the fact the left and the Democratic side, they can never get somebody big like Joe Rogan to push their agenda like that. Now, they control everything. They control the media, the mainstream media, which is ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, NPR, MSNBC, CNN. They control all the newspapers. They control the music industry. They control the movie industry. They control social media. They have all these platforms that they control at their disposal. But they still can't match his numbers. They still can't find nobody to match their numbers. Even all their numbers combined probably can't match his numbers in a single day. That's how big he is. One person came out of nowhere and is crushing them. And they don't like that at all. So they're trying to make it more about virus misinformation, which to me is mind-boggling, because how are you going to sit there and tell me that every single doctor agrees on this? It's not logical. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's not even logically possible. It's science. Science is one of the most debatable topics ever. Like, you could have a study today, and next year that study could be completely changed. New results come out all the time. That's what science is. It's always changing. So when you try to say that every single doctor agrees with this strategy wholeheartedly, I can't believe that. I won't believe it. So I'm going to go out there and find more information about it. And there are a bunch of other opinions. And we need to hear those other opinions. You're supposed to just give me information and let me decide how I handle it. Not tell me what to do. Not tell me what to do with the information. That's not what the media is about. So whenever you have somebody like him doing that, oh yeah, it pisses them off highly. And like I said, they're trying to get rid of him. I don't think it's going to work because, one, people are tired of the cancel culture. They get tired of it. What's wrong with having a different opinion? Not everything is misinformation. Just because you're not telling us about alternative methods to certain things, it doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean that at all. And now they got this campaign trying to get people to take their catalogs off of Spotify. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I've seen the 3 or 4 people who've done it. They're all in their mid-70s and 80s. So I don't even know what the... If you're 78 years old, B, how much time you think you got left? So yeah, it sounds great. You know your time is almost up. You probably could wake up and feel it. And there's no knock on them. It's age. It's all going to happen to us. But would you have done that in your 30s? No, absolutely not. So I don't believe this high road where all these elderly people are... Now they want to take the things off of Spotify. Holla at me when Cardi B does it. Or when Rihanna does it. When somebody who really matters does it. Not when, this more optics. It wants you to make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. Because Spotify is not really budging. And there is there's no celebrity backlash for it. There's no wave of celebrities like trying to get Joe Rogan. Because everybody listens to Joe Rogan. Everybody likes him. He's a likable dude. He's a relatable dude. Everybody, The Rock came out and said, listen, I can't wait to go on your show and have some shots of tequila with you. That's an everyday man. He's a bro. Can you do that with these people on the network, on mainstream media? Absolutely not. Would you want to be hanging out with Don Lemon or Joe Rogan? Yeah, right? Joe Rogan's coming with me, baby. Yeah, Don Lemon can stay over there wherever he's at. I'd rather chill with Joe Rogan. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. So don't believe the optic. It's not really about the misinformation. It's more about you're going to somebody else that they don't deem credible enough to be giving you real information. And that's what it boils down to. Real information is what you need. Unbiased reporting, and that's how the media is supposed to be. They changed a long time ago. You see what they've become, and Joe Rogan is setting the world on fire. And everybody who takes that route, what Joe Rogan is doing, basically a conservative like approach, you're gonna get views. You're gonna get people to watch it because not people are tired of just one-sided reporting. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants to hear just one side and one topic all the time. So anytime you have a podcast like that or people like that, they're gonna try to get rid of them. They're gonna try to silence them because people gravitate towards that. It's just an instinctual thing to want to hear another opinion about a topic. But Joe Rogan, like I said, #1 podcast in the world. Keep it up, brother. I remember your grind. It was great to see you come up, and I hope my come up is like that for real. That's an inspirational story right there, Joe Rogan, and people like that. And there's a lot of people out there like that came up that way, but started from the bottom. But yeah, shout out to Joe Rogan. Check his podcast out too. It's actually a dope podcast. I listen to it from time to time. Wide range of guests. He has differing views and opinions about stuff, and it's good to have that. But that's my time. Comment, like, subscribe, like, comment. I hate being woke, and I'm out.